Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to an awesome unboxing. But we have the biggest Elan ever made here at the lighter side of RC. This is our aircraft. Thank you, Boomerang Jets, for getting this to us. And this is going to be an awesome journey with this aircraft. So stay tuned and we'll open this box and see what's inside. All right guys, big box, made it safe and sound from Boomerang USA to here at the lighter side of RC. We got a little bit of damage here and there, but the nice thing is these boxes are a box inside of a box. So we should be good to go, and that is going to be awesome. So let's lay this thing down and start taking her out of the package. All right guys, if you have been around jets for any length of time, you are most likely familiar with, that's a big box, Boomerang, classic Boomerang aircraft. Now, this is the biggest Elan that Boomerang has ever made, and there are a lot of really cool features with this Elan that we're going to talk about through the unboxing and also the build series. But it is also the first fully composite Boomerang aircraft, which is a huge plus. It is a massive aircraft. I first saw this aircraft at Kentucky Jets last year, and I was definitely smitten with the Boomerang Super Elan. So a little side note here for you. Now, most people think of a Boomerang as a beginner aircraft. It can be. If you want the absolute best starting jet, many people ask me, this is my most commonly answered question, what is the best starting aircraft? This one right here. The bigger the aircraft, the easier they are to fly, and this holds true with these aircraft as well too. Now, any Boomerang's amazing, but this Super Elan is outstanding. It's huge, easy to fly, docile, and whether you are a beginner pilot or a 10, 15, 20-year experienced pilot, these things are so much fun. Awesome. Nice box within a box, which is great. That is cool. So even the inner box is also banded as well too. Great packing job, Boomerang. That is phenomenal. So I'm going to pull you guys in and we'll take a look at this as we pull all the parts out and as we open the cardboard up. Okay, so I've cut away the outer cardboard. Now we're going to take the top band off here and see what she looks like. There she is. So very well packaged. We've got our tank and hardware in this area right there. Obviously the elevator, fuselage, I'm assuming the wings are tucked in there. This is a big plane, guys, but it packs up to fit in a very small space. And great packing job by Boomerang here. So let's start pulling these parts out. Let's start off with the parts bags just because they're there and they're the easy accessible ones. And then we will start looking through all the pieces. Okay, so we got great value on this kit. Comes with a gigantic tank. I can't remember how big this is, but we will test that during our build. We've got, it looks like all of our doors. This aircraft also has operational gear doors. And we've got our servo covers, hatch covers, things like that. We've got all of our stock hardware, which is exactly what we're going to use. So these are all aluminum ball links in this aircraft. We've got all of our gear door hinges, fastening pieces, all that kind of stuff. So that's basically our complete parts package right there. And one of the, probably the coolest things with this package is it comes with landing gear, which is great. So the JP landing gear that's included with the kit is wonderful. It's obviously sized very, very well. So grass operation with this this aircraft is no problem. So it looks like, I'm just guessing here. Oh no, it's got it written. So 4.5-inch wheels on the retracts. Big monster retracts. We've got the door mounts already built in. So there's our two mains, nice and stout. And our nose gear is there. Same thing, nice and stout on the nose gear. And we've got our controllers here, and it looks like a controller for brake, and also one of their fancy controllers because we've got gear doors that are controlled by this unit, I think, as well. And the instructions. All right, so taped on the surface here, we have our lenses. Now, this aircraft comes with leading edge lights already built in. There's two different options for the wing tips. We've got tip tanks over there we'll take a look at, and we've got tip tank light lenses as well too. So that's all part of the kit. And here, I'm not sure what that is, but we've got them. And this looks like possibly a gear door, I think. Yeah, that's probably the nose gear door. Perfect. So I'm going to take some of these cardboard pieces out and get ourselves access to the other parts, and we'll start taking a look at all the bits and bytes. All right, and here's all of our parts laid out. So we've got all of our parts that we just looked at. The fuselage there is awesome. Look at the size of that thing. That is super cool. Carbon tubes. These things are about 5 feet long. Pretty nuts. That's really neat. Nose. We've got our booms. Now the booms are very, very different compared to what you would typically see on previous generation boomerangs. So you can see that port part there is actually built into the fuselage, and then those pieces plug on or plug into the parts that are part of the fuselage. So very, very unique design. And then we've got all of our surfaces, our booms, our elevator or horizontal stab, our wings. That is cool. All right, guys, let's open up these parts in no specific order and take a closer look at this aircraft. There's one of the booms. Now, I'm very excited that this aircraft is full composite. That is super exciting. Oh, that's what those black things are. They're cover plates right there for the rudder servos. Very cool, wow. Good job, Boomerang. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's amazing about this aircraft is the full composite. That really transforms this aircraft to being something that is a little bit more durable, kind of next level. So there's one of the booms. Some pretty cool little setups here. So this is the connection point here. So you've got, it looks like you've got two rods that are going to go in there to connect the two pieces. There's probably going to be two dowels, I think, as well, because we've got some screws right there. So again, I'm guessing at this point. And then we're probably going to have one of those yellow tabs that we're pretty familiar with on Boomerang aircraft. That goes in here, and then it looks like a screw goes in that location through the tab. So very, very nice. And then the big opening there is going to be probably for your wires and everything. So that is awesome. Oh, and we never talked about the hinging either. Let's take a look at the hinging and how that's done. Okay, so the same thing on this guy. Just checking out the inside there. So the hinging on the rudder here is looks like a rod that goes all the way through, which is great. So that is awesome. Okay, so for no reason other than this is the next part I felt like grabbing, we'll take a look at the nose cone. Okay, nose cone, very well done. We've got a couple cool things going on here in the nose. Number one, our structure looks very good. So it looks like our gear mounts are aircraft ply, that's nice. And we've got some servo spots there. That's for our gear door servo, which is also very nice. I like that. And yeah, just a nice simple, straightforward nose cone. Great structure in there as well, obviously, because you're holding the front nose gear. Okay, we'll take a look at our elevator next. Also looks good. It looks like our hinging is already done for us on the elevator. The elevator is hinged all the way through with the rod, which is really nice. Nice and solid. There's no play in those in the hinge points at all, which is great. Of course, it's all fiberglass, and it's nice to see some of the foam material or Airex built into it. Our horn locations are already carved out or drilled out, and just a really nice looking piece. On the one end here, there's an Allen bolt there. Now I'm thinking that the rod that goes all the way through is either held in place with that Allen key bolt, or it's part of the that Allen key bolt is part of the rod. So either way, that's a neat little touch. Overall, huge surface. I mean, this is the wings are right here. This is basically. It's probably a little bit more surface area than one of those wings, but you think about this plane in general, you've got tons of lifting area. You've got the huge elevator, huge wings. The fuselage is massive. It's like a big wing by itself, so tons of lifting surface on this aircraft. Still digging the fact that it's all fiberglass. Now it looks like the wings are the only surface that is not hinged, which is totally fine. It's great that those other ones are. So we've got a rod hinge going through the aileron, and the flaps look like they're a pin hinge system. And there we go. Very nice. Nice finish on the aircraft too. Boomerang Jets did a great job. We've got nice clean lines on here as well. And you can just feel the stencil marks on there. That's great, really nice. Beautiful. So I'm just taking a look at the inside structure of the wing. Everything looks great. Nice wood, good glue joints. Yeah, that's awesome. So here's close-up of the wing. So we have, show you all the different surfaces there. Obviously this is the wing tips, so we're either putting the regular tips on or the tip tanks. We're going to be putting the tip tanks on. We've got our light cutout, which is already done. We've got a crazy light system planned for this aircraft. Sky Candy has some awesome lights en route, and I think Sal's sending me 2 1-inch lights, which should fit in that no problem. Yeah, that's awesome. And then we've got our hatch there for our flap and our aileron, and there's a shot of the backside here. So we've got 4 pin hinges, Robart style hinges, which they're in the bag, and then we've got our pin here, which is our hinge point for our aileron. So that is wing number 1. Okay, and we'll open up wing number 2. It looks to be identical, no difference. As you would suspect, there's going to be no difference because the wings should be the same. Okay, so overall, good finish. Looks great. Our wing bolts to hold everything together, located right there, so nice, easy access. Exact same as the other wing, so that is awesome. Digging the color too. I like the kind of the contrast of the black, the orange. The addition of the white on there too is nice and classy. So this is going to be a cool looking scheme. I'm going to leave for now all the surfaces and stuff inside the little bags. We're not going to take those out. probably take the tip tanks out and take a look at those once we have the aircraft together. So I think the next thing we'll take a look at is probably the carbon rods, and then we'll open up that fuselage. All right. This is crazy. A 5-foot long wing tube, and it's basically, most of it's to get through the darn fuselage. Oh, and we've got other ones inside. That is awesome. Oh, there's tons in here. This is great. Good job, Boomerang. This is a lot of nice stuff in this kit. That is wicked. Okay, so we've got a big wing tube, and then there's a small wing tube. Those are for the actual wings and through the fuselage. Wow, and this is like sturdy, thick stuff. This is great. That is so cool to see on an aircraft like this. Generally, I would expect to see aluminum. This is a real nice surprise. Very nice. The secondary wing tube, the little guy, also very, very thick and incredibly stiff. Okay, we've got a smaller one. I know this is like, it's kind of lame stuff because it's just wing tubes, guys, but you know, when you're an aircraft geek, this stuff is exciting. Okay, I'm not sure what this is for yet. If I had to guess, this is going to be one of the boom tubes, which is insane. Look at those things. If we have 4 of those holding the booms on, wow. Okay, here's another one. That's a longer one. And we've got another matching to the shorter, and then a matching probably to the longer one. Wow, those are the boom tubes. Dang. This is serious stuff right there. Well done. Well done, Boomerang. All right, so we'll pull the plastic wrap off here. Ooh, I like that orange. Very nice. That is gorgeous. A little hard to tell, like when you look at the wings and the other smaller surfaces, but yeah, that orange absolutely pops. That orange is really nice. In the sun, it's going to be super bright. It's hard to tell from the pictures. When you look at the pictures, it kind of looks a little bit subdued, but it's definitely not subdued at all. All right, so very, very nice color on this aircraft. That orange is gorgeous. Okay, so we've got our little foamy things covering up our latches, and that's really nice to see as well. The latches are standard latches, which means no tools to put this on and off, which is cool. All right, so this is obviously the turbine latch or hatch area. We've got our canopy sitting inside the aircraft, so we'll pop the front end out and take a look at that. All right, and here's a shot for you of the underside. So I put the carbon tubes through. That was no problem. I took a little bit of sandpaper and cleaned up the edges just because there was a little bit of paint or filler that was kind of hanging over the edges. And otherwise, the wing tube went in very nicely, very accurately. The anti-rotation tube, I guess you'd call it, is nice and free flowing. So there is the underside of the aircraft. Very nice. I just I took the gear out and just kind of slipped it in. Fits great. Fits very, very well. Lots of room here. It's going to be nice to set all that stuff up. So additionally, I put the carbon tubes inside the booms. I'm assuming that's how they go in because you've got one long section and one short section. So we'll see. Anyways, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aircraft together as much as I can. Obviously, there's some stuff that's a little bit restricted, but let's flip this guy over and put it together and see what it looks like. Well, I'll tell you, we've got some big planes in the shop right now, like an A-10 up there, Skymaster Hawk over there. This Super Elan puts those things to shame. It is gigantic. So yes, I was next to one of these at Kentucky Jets, but I forgot how huge this thing is. Like, look at the size of this. But it packs into a tiny little car. Greg from Boomerang Jets, he has one of these. That's in the pictures and the one that I saw at Kentucky Jets. And it fits in his little Nissan car. This is phenomenal. So I can't tell you enough, guys. The color of the orange is immaculate. It is so nice. I put the horizontal stab on here. It uses like 6mm Allen key bolts. So I'll take you for a little tour around the aircraft here. So I just bolted the nose on with two bolts just to hold it in place, but cavernous front area here. Like, this is huge. Very, very nice. Obviously the fuel tank goes right there. And we just have a ton of room, which is really cool. I'll put the canopy on as well too, but just beautiful. The wings to take on and off are going to be super easy. There's going to be 2 bolts here. The wings pop off, so that's nice and simple. The tip tank here, those come off nice and easy. There's aluminum rods on there. You can see how easy that was with one hand. And there's going to be probably set screws, or there's going to be one of those tabs right there that hold it in. So we're going to be using the tip tanks because we're going to have a light here, 2 lights there. I'm excited to see what Sal from Sky Candy sends. So it's going to be pretty sick. Now I put the ailerons on because it's the pin was super easy. You can see the paint all matches up there beautifully. The flap is the only surface that we're actually going to have to pin hinge. Flaps are pretty cool too. They've got this funky curve that builds into the wing, so really, really nice flaps. Really impressed with that. Big hardware here to hold the horizontal stab on, and we've got huge bolts, the big aluminum washers essentially, and just huge. This plane is so big, it actually doesn't fit on my hood stand. You can see it hangs off the sides. I'm going to need to put more foam on that. Wow. Beautiful aircraft. Very nice. So here's the other wingtips. You can see the difference there. Obviously you're just getting rid of the tip tank. Width-wise, they're basically the same thing, so it's not going to make the wing any wider if you use this wingtip. But you do have the option, obviously. Yeah, so there she is, just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Let's put that canopy on and we'll take a look at it with that canopy on. All right, and there's the canopy on. Now the canopy is all pre-painted. It's not perfectly fit. You can see our proposed cut line there, but it's really, really close. So that's also a nice feature as well too. Very easy to install that canopy. And you can also do up a pretty cool cockpit in there as well. Because it's a nice layout like that, I'm probably actually going to end up doing something with that cockpit, putting a pilot bust in there or something like that. So that's pretty slick. I like that. Awesome, guys. Well, there she is in all her glory. Now I did open up the hardware packages here just so we could get the bolts to put the horizontal stab on. So here's some of the other pieces. This is the front tray which screws into place. This is all the hinges for the gear doors and everything. That's great to see. Here's all of our hardware. Now this is pretty cool stuff. Look at the size of those control rods or turnbuckles. They're 4mm, not the normal 3 or 440. That is really impressive. I'm excited to use that stuff. And then we've got aluminum ball joints everywhere as well, which is also very cool. So this is going to be a cool setup. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, guys, and that is everything for the unboxing of the Boomerang Super Elan aircraft. Wow, can't say enough about this thing. We're going to be putting some pretty cool equipment in this plane. Our lighting kit, which is coming from Sky Candy. We've got our turbine, we've got all of our jetty equipment. Still figuring out servos for this aircraft, but we'll cover all that stuff in the very first build. Really excited to put this together. The links for this, guys, are all listed down below. Boomerang Jets is the place to get this. There's still time. If you see this video, you can put your order in, get your Boomerang, and we can build these things together. That's what we're going to be doing with this thing. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Thanks, guys, for watching the unboxing video. Again, thank you, Boomerang Jets, for getting me this aircraft. Really, really excited to be able to put this together and also fly it this year. I'm excited to number one, own a Boomerang aircraft again, and number two, own the biggest one. This thing is stunning. So thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're not a subscriber, and we'll see ya in the next video.